Hi guys, welcome to MAT121 Intermediate Algebra. My name is Kelly Devney. I will be your instructor and help you throughout this semester, this summer. Because this is now a class that has gone online, the easiest way for you to get a hold of me is probably through email. If you have any questions, need anything, you can always email me and we can communicate that way first. I also will have you set up a remind text messaging system where you can also send me text messages and I'll be sending out reminders and stuff like that. Okay? But I did want to take a few minutes to go over some important things on the syllabus, class expectations, things to know, things that you'll kind of be held responsible for. So this is an intermediate algebra class. You can see the course competencies, all the different things that we're going to learn throughout these next 8 weeks. Let's talk about first some of the required materials that you're going to need for this class. The first most important one is you are required to purchase the software MyMathLab. This is the software that we're going to use to complete all of our homework, watch the video examples, complete the exams, review, all of that good stuff. Now, since there is an electronic textbook within the program, there's no need to actually purchase a hard copy of the book. So you can actually purchase MyMathLab directly through the company. And I have a link posted in Canvas, and that's how you're going to access MyMathLab. Okay, there's more information in the week 1 module or the getting started module that'll kind of help you walk through how to register for MyMathLab. Now, MyMathLab is mandatory, so it is important that you get access to MyMathLab as soon as possible. Any student without access by the first Wednesday of the class will be withdrawn from the course. So please make sure that you look through that week 1 module, that you enroll and register for MyMathLab, even if it's for the 14-day free access until you can afford to buy the permanent code. I need everybody to get into MyMathLab as soon as possible because we will have homework right away, okay? MyMathLab can be accessed through the link on Canvas called My Lab and Mastering. There is no course ID. So if it's asking you for a course ID, you didn't do it the right way. So I need you to make sure that you access MyMathLab, especially for the first time through Canvas, because I have it linked through Canvas, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to get into your MyMathLab course initially. Okay. It's important because this is an online class that you have the technology, that you have a regular computer and internet connection. We'll be using Canvas and MyMathLab throughout the 8-week course, so it's really important that you have reliable internet and a computer that you can access, okay? Internet outage and computer issues do not constitute a valid excuse for late assignments, quizzes, or tests. So please make sure that you have a reliable computer and internet to be able to do all of your work on. The next thing that you're going to need for this class is either a scientific or a graphing calculator. It doesn't matter which one. You'll be able to use all of these on your exams. Now, you aren't able to use a phone or a tablet. It has to be a scientific or graphing calculator, especially for those the midterm and final exam that will be proctored. Make sure that you know how to use the calculator throughout the course on the different things that we are going to learn so that you can use those on the exams, okay? Kind of a big picture for this class because this is online and you're not coming to class. This is kind of a self-directed course where you have to be self-directed and motivated to do all the things that you're supposed to do to be successful. So each week you're expected to do the following things. First, you should be reading it. In Canvas, I have some helpful hints and tricks that you should be reading through each section so you kind of know what to expect. You should then be looking through MyMathLab and the chapter content, looking through the different sections, looking at the examples. And just like if you were in class, you should be watchwatching the videos so that you can hear the explanation on each topic, just like if you were coming to class and listening to me teach you. There are videos provided in MyMathLab for each section. And in addition to those videos, there's also additional practice problems, exercises that they give you videos on. So lots of different video help options in MyMathLab. You should be watching these, taking notes, and making sure that you understand the material. The next thing you should be doing is a pre-test. So what I've done is I've set the test up where your first attempt, before you can do any of the homework, I've set it up so that you take the test first, kind of as a pre-test. And so the questions and the objectives that you answer correctly from that pretest are actually taken off of the homework so you can actually focus on the concepts and ideas that you still need to master. So that means the better you do on the pretest, the more preparation you do before taking that pretest, the less homework you actually have to do for that chapter. So you actually want to do as good as you can on that pretest to eliminate all the problems that you already know. Now, the chapter pretest is due by Monday at midnight each week, or you'll receive a 0 as your pretest score. Once you take that pretest, what you can then go ahead and do is start working on your homework. If your score is less than an 80% on your pretest, you must complete the homework for each section in that chapter with at least an 80%. And then once you have that completed, you're actually able to retake the test 2 more times. Okay, so you're going to read it, you're going to watch it, you're going to take the pretest, do as good as you can on that. Any problems that you master are taken out of the homework, and then all you have to do is do the homework with at least an 80% before you can retake it. Now, before you need to retake it, you should probably be practicing. You should be in my math lab doing the homework, looking at the different question help options if you need help or extra examples or practice before you then take your test retakes. The last thing you'll do for each chapter is you'll take those test retakes. Remember that once you have that homework done with at least an 80%, 2 test retakes will become available to you. The best score out of the 3 test scores will be recorded, and your chapter retake is due by Sunday at midnight each week. So by Monday, you'll be taking that pretest, you'll be working on the homework and practicing throughout the week, and then your retakes are both due by Sunday at midnight. Okay? Some of the first kind of course requirements that you need to make sure that you do by week 1, by Wednesday actually of week 1. There's 3 of them. I need you to take the syllabus quiz in Canvas. You need to make sure that you get 100% on the syllabus quiz. It's just information throughout the syllabus that you'll be kind of held accountable for. So it's really important that you read through the syllabus, that you've listened to this video, and you take that syllabus quiz in Canvas and get 100% before Wednesday. The second thing I need you to do, we've talked about this, is make sure that you register for my math lab. I need you to make sure that you register, get an account for my math lab, get in there, get comfortable, make sure that you're all set up to go so that when we start our first chapter, you're ready to go by Wednesday. The third thing I need you to do is sign up for the Remind message system. This is the quickest, easiest way for me to send you out quick little reminders, announcements, stuff like that. So I need you to make sure that you follow these 3 things. They're set up in Canvas to help you as well in that week 1 module. Make sure that you do these 3 week 1 assignments by Wednesday, the 10th, or you'll be withdrawn from the course. Okay? All right, because this is an online class, attendance is kind of monitored by your online progress. So it's important that I see you making progress each week, that I see you taking the pretest, working on your homework, and then taking advantage of your retakes. More than 1 week of inactivity in the course may result in you being withdrawn with a failing grade from the class. So please make sure that you're consistently working on the class so I know that you're here and you're still working so that you're not withdrawn or dropped from the course. Okay. We talked about chapter tests. Remember that there is a test for each chapter that we're going to cover. Remember that you take the pre-test by Monday night at midnight or you'll receive a 0 and you have to start from scratch. There are no extensions or late submissions allowed on the pretest, so if you don't take that pretest by Monday night, you'll get a 0 for your pretest score. You then should be working on your homework, making sure that you get at least 100, not 100%, hopefully 100%, but at least an 80% accuracy on all of the homework sections before you're able to take the 2 more retakes for each chapter test. Once you've mastered the chapter content by doing the homework, those 2 attempts will become available. And remember, those chapter retakes are then due by Sunday at midnight. Okay? I have set a time limit for each chapter test. It'll be displayed as you're working, just as a way to make sure that you're pacing yourself, that you're understanding the material, that you're doing some preparation outside of the test time, homework, reading the book, reading the helpful hints, all of those things. Okay. Now, if you end up running behind and you aren't able to take the retakes by Sunday, there is a late penalty on chapter retakes only. Remember the pretest, if you don't take it by Monday, you just get a 0. But on the retakes, if for some reason you aren't able to take them by Sunday, you can get extension for 1 week. However, after that, as you're doing that test that week late, there is a 10% deduction on your test. Okay, so for example, if the Chapter 5 retake is due by Sunday at midnight, but you don't submit it in time, you'll have until the following Sunday to complete it, but your final score will be reduced by 10%. Now, 10% reduction might be better than nothing. So if you are late taking those retakes, I suggest that you still work on those, get caught up, still retake that test within the next week, and then there'll just be a 10% reduction on your score. Okay. Now, it is your responsibility to know the different due dates, so make sure that you're following those. There's a course calendar in Canvas. There's due dates in my math lab, so please make sure that you're paying attention to those due dates. And remember that internet outage and computer issues are not a valid excuse for being late or not being able to do your assignment, so please make sure that you have all of that easily accessible and reliable. Now, there is a midterm and final exam in this course, and because of the situation, things are changing rapidly, and what we are trying to do as a department is get ProctorU set up without a fee to students. And so I will let you know as soon as I hear if I can get ProctorU set up, then you will be taking the midterm and final exam proctored through ProctorU. If for some reason ProctorU is not available before the midterm and final exam, you'll still be proctored taking your midterm and final exam, but we'll do it probably through Zoom instead. That's a virtual kind of meeting place that we will set up an appointment, and I will watch you through a video camera as you take your midterm and final exam. So you are going to have to make sure that you have a computer, a microphone, and a camera available to you so that when you go to take your midterm and final exam, you can be proctored properly. If you cannot meet these requirements, then you should probably sign up for a different course. If you stay in this course and you cannot meet these requirements, you'll receive a 0 for your midterm and final exam, which will make it nearly impossible for you to pass the class. So please make sure that you have the technology available for you to be able to take a proctored midterm and final exam. Like I said, more information will come as soon as I hear specifics about the midterm and final exam proctoring situation. Okay. You must complete the midterm and final exam by the due date of the exam. There are no late exams extensions allowed for any reason. So please make sure that you take those exams within the block of time that I'll be giving you when it gets closer. You can use a calculator on each exam, but you will not be allowed to use your notes, book, formula sheets, anything like that. You'll have 2.5 hours to complete the exam. But what I will be doing is I'll be posting a practice exam in my math lab that is very similar to the actual exam. And so you can do this practice midterm and this practice final as many times as you need to make sure that you're prepared. If you know how to do the stuff on the practice exams, you should be able to do all the problems on the actual exams. So I highly encourage you to do those practice exams before actually taking the midterm and final. Okay, now you must earn a combined average on your midterm and final of a 60%. The midterm and final exam are really important exams. They make up 80% of your grade. So the midterm is 40% and the final exam is 40%. So it's really important that you're studying, that you're making sure that you understand the material, that you're doing those practice exams, because those two tests make up the largest portion of your grade in this course. Okay. Now, homework is what you're going to use to help you kind of learn the information. Make sure that you do that homework with at least an 80% for each section before you're able to take those retakes. Remember, your pretest is due Monday night. You should be working on your homework throughout the week, and your retakes are due by Sunday night at midnight. Now, if you do the homework and you get the green check mark, you get it correct, but you're still not sure, what I suggest is that you do more practice. There are lots of extra practice problems found in my math lab, in the study plan, or even in the question help. It'll allow you to do a similar question for any of the problems that you're still struggling with. Make sure that you understand before moving on, okay? Now, normally this is a 16-week course, we would typically meet probably 4 days a week for an hour each day. We've now crammed this into an 8-week course, and you're doing it at home by yourself. So you're going to have to spend a lot of time on this class making sure that you meet all the requirements. So it's really important that you plan a schedule where you are able to sit down every single day and work on the requirements of this class. It is not something that you're going to be able to do in just a quick little sit down at the computer one night a week. You are going to have to make sure that you plan accordingly and set out time each day to work on this class to be successful. Okay. Your grade in this class is made up of a couple of different things. First, the chapter tests. You have the midterm exam and the final exam. Your chapter tests in this class are 20% of your grade. Remember, your midterm is 40% and your final exam is 40%. So those huge exams are kind of the majority of your grade in the class. Okay. I typically don't have any extra credit, so it's important to kind of do all the things that you're supposed to do from the beginning because there is no extra credit at the end to try to boost your grade. Okay. Please don't feel like you're alone. I know this is an online class now and you're probably doing it at home by yourself, but please don't feel like you are by yourself. I am always here if you need me, even if it's online. We can meet virtually through Zoom. We can connect through email or via text message, whatever you need, just let me know. Math Solutions is also still available if you need help. You can go on to GCC's website and go to the tutoring, and Math Solutions tutors are available for you virtually to get help with that. And there's also lots of extra help within my math lab that'll kind of help you through if you're struggling with anything. Okay, you can go ahead and read through that student conduct policy, and hopefully you understand all of the different requirements and expectations in the student handbook, but you could read through that yourself. I also have a little blurb here about Netiquette. Pretty much don't do or say anything online that you wouldn't do or say in person. So please be kind, please be respectful, please be careful with how you post things online and make sure that they can't be taken out of context. Okay. There's also a student responsibility blurb, a sexual harassment blurb, disability statement. If you are registered with DRS, please let me know as soon as possible so we can make arrangements for different things that you need. But that's kind of a quick run through of the syllabus and the things that you'll be held responsible for throughout the course. Please let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you do the 3 week 1 assignments before Wednesday. That's the syllabus quiz in Canvas with 100%. That is the signing up for my math lab and signing up for the Remind text message system. I look forward to a great summer with you, a great course with you. I know it's going to go quick, but you're going to have a good time, hopefully. Let me know if you need anything.